sugar. Your order.
Sour sugar. Not 101, right? Which one are we headed to?
It's 103.
When I travel.
102 says live now. That's not right. Because the hokey pokey. That was the last one.
Oh, did I not change the name? I did change the name.
I'll be laughing my ass off, says Hardy. And now we're here. That was very funny, says Tim. Lenny says hello. 3 likes already.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Third World War will not be presented tonight as scheduled so that we may bring you the following live presentation. The Third World War will be rescheduled for a later date. But now, here's... This channel is a not-so-proud member of YouTube's all-encompassing special society of heavily overwhelmed layout enthusiasts. Check any railway show, check any railway club, check any layout, check your own house. You'll find one of us somewhere. Warning, the content of this stream is not suitable for children under the age of 16. The topic, language, themes, attitude, and personality of the presenter is not appropriate for anyone, much less children under the age of 16. Topics discussed will not center on trains and will focus on anything except politics. It just happens trains are running. Any similarity between characters, situations, trains, and intelligent thoughts is strictly a coincidence. Any rebroadcast or transmission of the stream without the express written consent of Major League Baseball is strictly prohibited. Viewer discretion is advised. Remember the 3 rules for model train layouts and pretty much anything. It's your layout, do what you want as you want. Do not tell someone else what to do unless they ask you directly what they should do. Do not call out, mock, criticize, or insult another channel on your channel or anyone else's channel. Thank you for your cooperation.
No.
Hey everybody! Anthony Dodge, the Model Train Outsider here, joined for a little bit. Joyce, whatever the hell her name is here as well. How's everybody doing? Let's see who is here today.
Hi, everybody.
Let's see, we've got, according to my, and I may have missed a few, we've got Artie. Hey, Artie. We've got Jean Ricard. Hello. Tim JD, great to have you here. Lindy is here. Hi, Cayenne. How are you, Cayenne? Opa says hello. Love you, Cayenne and Lindy. Chris is here. Hi. I hope you enjoyed your character today. You knew what your character was going to be, but you didn't know what all was going to happen. Leslie is here. Newland Railway, welcome in. Chris, I didn't say hi, so hi, Chris. And Christopher was here. Tom Couples is here. Great to have you. Lewis Cartwright is here. XMG12, welcome in. If I didn't say hi to Tom Couples, hi. And Simon is here. And hi, I said hi to again. Joe is here. Welcome in, Joe. With listening while I work. Well, it's better than whistling while you work, but that's that. Okay, so
Ray is here.
Pardon?
Ray is here.
Oh, Ray is here. Thank you. Good eyes, honey. Ray is here. Hi, Ray. Joseph Agliato has just come in. And yes, Joyce and I are doing well. Got that Batman tilt. Remember the old Batman show in the first Batman movie in the 1960s always had that tilt to the camera to get that little funky angle.
Oh yeah, I'm fine.
And Leslie,
thank you.
So I think that's everybody. If I missed you, I apologize. I'll catch you if you type something in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Ifo is here. Nice to have you. Nice to have you. Welcome in. And I haven't seen Colin Whites in a couple of weeks, so he's okay. He did text me a while ago, said he was working, so he wasn't sure he'd be able to make the live streams. David Cook, same thing, says he's been working late on Saturdays now. Well, I'm not working and talking, so it works out. You're working and listening, I'm not working and talking. So it's a great deal. Couple of things to start to show off, and then we'll get to the trains. But let me see, they're already, whatchamacallit, OBS is saying it's overloaded, but then it goes off, so we'll see.
Ooh.
I'm going to have to talk to somebody about that. Anyhow, Greg, hello. And congrats, first of all, congratulations, Simon in here, the Rail Enthusiast 83, just passed 1,000 subscribers, a very big explosion he's had the last couple of weeks. Way to go. Yay! Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode and met the Southwestern Ecumenical Council service members. The SEX for short, the SECS or the SEX for short.
Nothing that could have gone wrong with that scene.
It was one of Joyce. So far, was one of Joyce's favorite scenes.
I found it funny.
Yeah, she giggled when she liked last week's scene. She loves the minister from last week, the speech, the book of titillations.
Right. Wow, was that crazy?
Hey, there's Christopher at Katajima. Ni hao. Or konnichiwa.
Good.
Konnichiwa. But anyhow, so not much has gone on. I had the day off work today. We've got some trains ready to run.
Scheduled days off.
Scheduled day off, not even weather. So. Hey, Jerry, the class 812 is here. I guess that's a Caledonian, from what I understand. Yeah, we had fun making this video because just again, this scene was kind of going back to some of the blatant. It's hard to call it innuendo when it's blatant,
right?
But the blatant innuendos, but it is a key element of the plot. This plot is so convoluted this time around. It's not quite as simple, and I've had to introduce the characters, and there's been a lot of scenes introducing characters. And, obviously in a real movie, this wouldn't be going over because you can't take an hour, because I've got 6 10-minute episodes. That's an hour. Mm-hmm. And next week's episode is the most off-the-wall episode I've made. Would you agree next week?
Is
off the wall.
Yeah.
Even more off the wall than... Next week, our villain returns.
Right.
And he was kind of wild in the first video, but the second video, would you agree?
Yeah,
maybe more
if
off
you
the
like
wall?
the first time he showed up, you'll like the second time he shows up.
Which implies if you didn't like it, you won't like it.
Indeed.
And next week, Greg character appears. And that's what I've been posting. I've asked you, if you guys want to be in this, just send me a picture, torso, up, head up, and I've been modifying it. Now, the pastor that High played, High sent me a picture that he had pre-aged himself. He made it look older and said I could use that one.
Yeah,
and of course, people always send me the picture, and then I tell you your character and tell you basically what your character is. But I do like to surprise you with what happens or does with them.
What your character is like, yeah.
I did like the introduction where, and this is going to become probably the running joke in the series from now on, is people are going to keep telling Daisy she needs to put on a coat because it's nippy outside. But I just loved his stuttering over it. You may want to put on a coat, ma'am. It's nipply, it's nipples, it's nippy outside. And just go crazy with that.
The preachers were having a hard time with Daisy.
So your character won't be back. Wilbur will not be back next week. He will be back the following week.
Right.
Wilbur will be back the following week. And Greg's character will be in the next 2 episodes after, next week and the following week. But I got to start writing. I've only got part of not next week, but the following week's episode. I've only got part of episode 8 done. Hey, Andrew, how are you? I almost said Anthony.
Yeah, really. Weird.
It's nipply outside, yes. Yep. And of course, Joyce, if you didn't know, Joyce posted 2 videos. One last week, the 5 worst things about being married to me or a model train enthusiast. And then she followed up with the 5 best. It was no surprise that the positive one had half the views and half the comments. It was no surprise. People are willing to, let's get the dirt, but, I don't want to hear that happy shit.
And it was.
I don't want to hear that happy shit.
What I like, yeah.
That's why good educational shows don't do well on American TV, and the dumb stuff like the Kardashians last for years, or those 2 idiots that are always on the DIY channels or whatever, that Tark and his ex-blonde bimbo of a wife.
Yeah.
That crap lasts forever.
Mm-hmm. You get your trains going?
Yes, let's get some trains going. Anyhow, let me go to the pictures real quick, and you can see what we've got going here. We are going to start off with the station cam, and we've got the Railjet and the ICE-3 and the ICE-4 are back after a couple of weeks off. The Railjet was running last week, but the ICEs have had a couple of weeks off, so the ICE-3 and 4 are running today. And then, let's see, what else are we doing? Where is the 11 lanes? And then we brought back one of the double-deckers. We've got the metronome is running, and I kept the steamer running. So let's get guys in. Whoops, hang on. Did he stop?
Which one?
Yeah, he starts with his whistle.
Yeah.
This one. He always does it.
It's cute.
And so let's get the other guys.
He's got a little tweeter whistle. It's cute.
Locked on every now and then when I start them up.
Yeah, thanks, Chris.
Not too bad.
Well, it's been a quiet day, and sometimes it takes longer to, get yourself moving. That was crazy, Artie. Sorry, if you haven't seen my videos, it'd be, give them a quick lookie. Right. So just crazy stuff. But I haven't been trying to keep up with 10-year-olds all day, so. Wow, sounds like you guys are really getting hammered with the wind.
Yeah, storms all over Europe. I know Germany had massive storms that have shut the trains down. Hey,
Hi,
Kieran, how are you? Hi, Kieran. Let's get the all views going for now.
That's chilly.
I will do that view.
That's very chilly for Australia. Yeah, we just had rain, freezing rain, sleet, snowstorm the last 24 hours. We shoveled about 2 to 3 inches of snow and ice out there this morning. And it's cold. Tornado
And
in
a tornado
Poland?
in Poland. Yeah, I caught that. I
Yikes.
saw that.
Well, tornadoes in Alabama last night, but that's not unusual. This is their tornado season. Wow, some crazy, crazy, crazy.
So Lewis's main line 4358 is currently taking on water after hauling a very long and heavy freight train.
Wow.
Oh, that's fun.
Gotcha.
That's
okay.
just,
This is a good thing.
yeah. It's a steamer, so it's taking on water to reload.
Gotcha. Okay.
Gotcha.
Never
Gotcha.
mind. Yeah. Okay.
Gotcha.
Ooh.
You gotta get with the train lingo, baby.
Yeah, I sure
You gotta
do.
get with that train lingo.
That's some of it.
Well, I don't mind the cold. I couldn't live where it was 75 to 95 degrees all year round. Are you catching Artie telling us the story after
I
last week?
know. I had a meeting with the council on Thursday. My boss is deep poo, and the cop told him they had to go and learn and study the boundaries. He's got 7 days to repair the road. Holy moly!
Yeah, I don't know what I could have prepared. You might want a better co-host, but I'm always willing to co-host. You just gotta watch out what this brain comes up with when I'm co-hosting, Artie.
It's truly, that's true.
No, I didn't see that,
Wow.
Newland. I did
That's
not
crazy.
see that.
Watched
Pop a link and we can all check it out.
a canoe and kayak shop getting flooded out by the Little Miami. Mostly they thought it was funny, but the river was coming to them. Yeah, I think Lindy got more snow than we did. It was that close to the line.
Yeah, our daughter just lives on the northern end of town, and Joyce thinks they got more snow just on the other end of town.
Probably 4 to 5 inches. Millennium Dome in London. The roof came off. Wow.
Yikes, the roof came off.
That's a win. Yeah. Yikes.
So there's a link if anybody wants to see the windows on the ship get popped up. I'll have to
Yikes. Yeah, we'll
copy and
watch it
paste that and
later,
catch it
'cause
later.
That's pretty crazy. Okay, that's good. To me, the funniest part were the people who were coming in the middle of all this, and they were so confused. Why is Anthony there? I thought this was Artie's show.
Yeah, that
What's
was
going
the best.
on? Is Artie really getting arrested? That was too funny. Blame Heath.
No, we don't blame Heath here. That's his
No, we
shtick.
really don't. That's his thing, and
I
why
want with the
would
old
we?
microphone. Yes, wait, we're getting word.
yeah.
Artie, it might just be easier if you agree to the strip search.
Right. And yeah, you kind of had too much dead air though, so you might need to entertain them a little more.
Well, yeah, because I didn't know how long the. I'm watching to see.
How long you'd be gone?
I'm watching to see how long the.
Oh wow, okay, that makes sense. Trains can go through a lot, but they can also be blown over. Oh, they had an earthquake and 2 inches of snow just to add insult to injury, huh? Ah, low down, Gemma. Did you catch any of the? Did you catch any of the Matt Clarke?
Hey, Stefan Skull! How are you?
Yeah, I know. It was too funny.
Who, what, where?
Artie's just saying, Heath and Nancy thought it was real. You're like, about 1.5 inches? Really? Is that it?
Okay.
Okay, then. So you were in the sleep for a long time, too.
Yeah, we were catching that all through Germany. My model train shop, I don't have any orders coming, but my
Sylvania
model...
was getting 5
Oh,
inches.
we're talking over each other again. Yeah, my model train shop said all traffic was closed and the shop was on minimal staff because people couldn't get to work because of all the storms they've had. Well, thank you. I like to call the train table not a layout. This is based on the city of Delmenhorst, but it's missing the town hall. It's missing the town hall and the water tower, which I have to custom build, which is nigh impossible to do. Why are there lights out?
Okay, that's good, Artie.
Did they come back on?
Which one are you looking at? The little one? The backlight's on.
The
little
steamer.
one. Listen to my technical speech. The little one. No, the steamer. So the
That's
front
what I'm
lights
saying,
are
the
on.
steamer, yeah.
Yeah, front lights are on.
Yeah, but when it came by, all the lamps were off in the cars.
Okay.
So apparently once it rebooted,
Yeah,
it needed the
it's-
lights restarted.
And it's blocked. Yeah, I think they're on.
Yeah, they're on now. I can
Okay,
see.
good.
Yeah. Cool little table lamps.
And the real lights are on.
Yep, everybody on the table has interior lighting. So I actually could turn the lights off and turn some of the other lights on briefly and
Good.
see how it looks.
Bye, Greg.
All right, Greg, take care of yourself. Beep, beep. That gives you a bit of a view of the arrangement. Again, it's all just stuff I've thrown on the table. This side that you're looking at here, this side here has no, I mean, there are plans for it, but all this stuff is just extra models and stuff I had that I put together, found at garage sales or whatever, and I just threw them on. This will eventually be sort of a Bremen Hanover hybrid, and then the other side of the table is based on the German city of Delmenhorst. The station is a 100% scratch built, 100% accurate to detail. Well, let's say 95% because the one platform is only about half the length of the actual platform in Delmenhorst, which is mostly wasted space anyhow. So I got the actual section in. But as far as the building itself, it is all 100%.
Okay. Interesting.
What's that?
Just the guys working through the storms.
Oh, okay.
The contract obligation.
Hey, Simon's here. Hi, Simon.
Hi, Simon.
But there is that lovely rail jet coming through. There's the IC3 going through the station. Here you get a nice close-up of that rail jet. And in the background, you'll see the IC4 going up and the IC3 coming down.
It's fun watching the girls train in the mud. There's a word for that, Artie.
This way, here comes the ICE4. Woo, there it goes, ICE4. And there's the ICE4, and there's the steamer going through. Maybe you were able to catch a quick flash of light from the the firebox light it has.
Yeah, it is such a nice thing.
Yes, yes, I am a Liverpool fan. Yes, Stefan, I am a Liverpool fan. Been a Liverpool fan since the early 70s. Since I got...
Hopefully we get on it. Okay. ICEs are similar to the LNEs.
Well, I would say the LNERs are similar to the ICEs, but that's my German bias. Yes, I love that railjet. There you can see the steamer. I kept one steamer out there. It's called Spectator.
Sure.
No, because I've never been to Liverpool. I've never been to the UK, but that is changing in June. But unfortunately, the season will be over.
Right, yeah. Problem is the time we can travel is the summer. It doesn't work catching matches.
Yeah, that darn season starts after I leave Europe and ends before I can come back again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's you?
Huh?
I flipped on a camera and it was that one looking at you while you're biting your fingernail. Yes.
Right.
See? Oh, nope, you weren't. See, there you're biting your fingernail.
Bite my fingernail. It's broken.
You broke the nail.
Yeah, it's okay. That's cool.
Now, Simon, you're going to jinx us. You say no storms in June, and then we're going to get there, and the first hurricane to ever hit the United Kingdom.
Right.
All right, let's see where
all
E-fold
these
is.
links we're going to have to...
Oh, they'll be in the replay.
Yeah, all these links we have to check out.
Come on, load up. Oh, it won't load up for some reason.
Oh, no.
Gosh darn it. What is it about sometimes when people play?
I got a 505 error. A 505 error.
Not
Is
even
that
a
like a 404? It was a 505. Somebody had shared something and didn't work. Thank you, Simon. I hope so too. Oh, truly, going to England, I'm not sure we expect to see the sun, but... You know, the Beatles line, you get your English tan in the summer rain or whatever it is.
Sitting in an English garden waiting for the sun. If the sun don't come, you get your tan from standing in the English rain.
Yeah.
Cuckoo Choo-Choo, I am the Eggman.
Choo-Choo, yeah. Okay.
Oops, that's right, that camera's off. I shut it off to help with the overloading problems. There's that ICE4 coming through. See, I wonder if I would put this camera up slightly on a small thing and then have it focusing down. Would it be a cooler angle? Or do we like it at ground level? And there's a lot to like with this at ground level for sure. I like the look behind the trees. Tom, England will never be the same after Joyce and I get through with it.
We're really polite, actually. I don't think Anthony's saying anything.
Yeah, that's the problem. Everybody's going to expect me to be all talkative on the stream, and you know me, I'll be very quiet.
No, they'll get you going.
They'll get me going?
Don't make me hold it up, hon. That'll be uncomfortable.
Yeah, talk to Joyce. They're going to talk to you anyhow.
Well, I know.
You're the one with the boobs. They're going
I
to talk to
know,
you.
but don't just rely on me, though. Alright, I think I'm gonna...
You're heading upstairs
I
for
think
now?
I'm gonna Leave for a little bit, I'll come back. Promise.
All right, Joyce is departing for some time. Are you gonna flip the camera back around?
I can do that. How's that?
Brilliant, honey. You did a great job.
I think it's sinking, but...
Yeah. There we go. Don't mind the hand of God. That's got me toward you. Hey, George, how are ya? Hardcore. Okay, I have a question for you all, if you're actually paying attention right now. This image right next to me. Now, obviously, I've got all these cameras. Let's move the mic back over to me, since Joyce will be gone for a little bit. She'll be back in about 45 minutes. Now, obviously, I have a lot of cameras, and I tend to do the multi-view. So what I want to ask is, and let me go ahead, I've been trying to move the cameras around and let you see the different cameras more. Like this angle. Do you guys and women, do you like this angle, or could I move this camera? Do you like it when I pop it up and the trains are in it? It kind of gives you that faraway view. You can see my Dumb and Horse station a bit. Do you like this view, or if I took it down and moved it, would you guys have a problem with it? Because I've been toying with the idea of taking it down and moving it, but a lot of people say they like the faraway views. So you just tell me if you like this faraway view. Hey, Digger Evans, how are you? And that was convenient. I had all three trains on this view. So just type in the comments here. Do you like, the live chat, not the comments. Do you like this particular view? I call this the village view because it shows my village of Dumb and Horse. Because originally it was right in the corner. Originally it was right in the corner at the bottom of the picture, and it was more a street level view, and some friends said put it up high and give us the looking over this overview shot, because I have two overview shots. I have this one, and then I have this one. So I have these two overview shots. One for basically each side of the table. And in case you ask, this is a bookshelf. Everybody always asks, what's the big white square? That is a bookshelf. So I hope, yeah. That's it's some wall shelving. Yeah, a lot of people like this one better because you see the expanse of the track. So I would not take this one down. I like this one. The only thing is, it's kind of off center right now. I need to turn it so you could see this. Whoop. Woo. Nope. So, because usually it lets you see the 3 lanes, but I bumped it while I was putting trains away yesterday. I bumped it, and I didn't get it tilted back because it takes 2 people to get it right. But normally you could see all 3 lanes going up that way. But if you are new to the channel, and I think XMG, who is still here, I will just show this real quick. This is the map of the layout, as if you were sitting where I'm sitting and staring at the camera I'm staring at. My computer area is in front of me. My control area is in front of me. The central area that you can see above me is there. Now the problem is this particular camera is mirrored. So when I point this way, it looks like I'm pointing to the Dumb and Horse side, which is to your left. But my hand looks like it's pointing to the right. I mean, doing it this way, but I'm actually pointing to my right, but it looks like I'm pointing to the left side of the table. So it is an 8 by 12.5 table, a 2.5 foot by 6 foot wide table in the middle, and then a 8 by 11.5 foot table. So 8 by 12.5, 8 by 11.5, connected by 30 inches by 6 feet. Hi, 156 Andrew and Steve 87. So the guys with numbers in their names are coming in. And so this is the layout as I sit here and stare at the TV, which is in front of me. But the camera hasn't flipped. I keep wanting to flip the camera so I can point the direction I should be pointing. But see, I'm pointing to my Delmenhorst side, but in this picture it makes it look like I'm pointing to my Bremen side, what says the big station and little station. But you can see, if you look in the direction my finger's pointing, that's actually to my left, even though I'm technically pointing to my right. Over on the far left it says Delmenhorst Station. So as you're looking at the screen, as you're watching around me, it is set up the way you see in this picture. The only thing backwards is me. Convenient. Oh, okay, what did we get from there? Okay. The stuff about the storm. Yep. And then this is the 11 lanes view, because every now and then, if it's timed right, you'll get all 6 trains passing through this camera in one shot. Right now, not happening. But there goes the ICE-3 and now the Railjet. This is one of my favorite views because it's a 4K camera, so everything looks really cool coming through it. And then I like this view because also I like seeing the background, which is called the ramp. And then we have what is called, whoops, I just missed it, up the ramp. And that's actually a steep ramp. It's supposed to be 2%, but I feel like it's closer to 3. I used the Woodland Scenics 2% ramp stuff on it, but the trains act like it's a much steeper grade. Hey, Chimera Wargaming, if you haven't gone to Chimera Wargaming and checked out his builds, now most of his stuff is for, I would say, the 25, 28 millimeter Wargaming, the Warhammer 40K stuff, but great stuff, great modeling tips and things like that. Check out Chimera. And again, check out anybody here. Check out Ray. Check out Ray Bobel's place. This man needs to have 1,000, 2,000 subscribers, and it frustrates me that he's not there. Great channel, great presentations, monthly vlogs. He is the founder of Sidetrack Sunday, which is a great Sunday show. And again, congratulations to Simon the Rail Enthusiast for reaching 1,000 subs. That's kind of a neat view. This is what I call the Joyce cam, because this is the camera Joyce uses when she's down here. All right, hi, thank you for stopping in. It's always a pleasure to see you. But again, everybody here deserves a shout out. I hate to keep mentioning the same ones over and over. You know, Artie's got a great channel, and as long as you avoid his co-host. Recently here, Newland Railway, a great channel. Check it out. Chris, Hales Heritage Railway, has a great live stream every Wednesday. George here at White Wall Wheels 1 Hardcore MOH, which I always interpret as Medal of Honor. He's got the greatest collection of box cars and open box cars you could have anywhere. Every time he puts up a video, he's got more, and I'm just like, wow. Lewis Cartwright's channel. Yeah, guys, put your channels up here. Put your channels up here. Advertise your channel. People, check them out. Hi has a great channel. He just finished building his buddy town. But if you want a master class in lighting up an N-scale building or village, check his channel out. He does an amazing job. Well, Simon, it took me nearly 3 years to get to 1,000 subscribers, and I'm still stunned I'm at 1,000. And Digger Evans. And Joe Rader's got a cool layout. Joe Rader does some great running sessions, and he's got a really cool layout, some great American trains, HO scale, if I remember correctly. His Black Rock Central is a really cool layout. That camera needs turned a bit too. I can see this one. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere, kids. That's a little better. That's a little better. And then what I'm going to do is this is I'm just going to make your eyes spin for a second. Let's go this camera, and in case you've never been here before, I'll give you a quick rundown of my stuff you don't see on the camera. This is my test track and programming track, and then some of my storage stuff down here. And then here is how I operate my system. This is my Central Station 3 with two, these are called mobile stations. These little handheld things are called mobile stations because they're wired, and you can, it's about a 10-foot wire. You can go about 10 feet away from the central station where they're plugged in or whatever thing. And then this is my Delmenhorst area, and way in the background there you can see my wargaming stuff. So Chimera Wargaming, you can see a lot of my wargaming stuff right here. I actually do 25 and 28 millimeter wargaming. I do Lord of the Rings and medieval warfare. But anyhow, so let's see if I can get some slack here. Sorry, I'm holding this in the bad hand. So there's my Central Station 3, and then Infinity! My two computers set up here, my keyboard. So if I look to my left, there's Delmenhorst. If I look to my right, there's my two computer monitors. My other laptop computer, which is my old laptop computer, which Joyce types on when she's down here. And then there's Bremen. And then you can see my two shelves on the wall. And then my collection of Dodge cars. up there. My 3D printer, which I haven't used in a couple of months. And then my little work area, but if you look behind me, whoops, there it is. You look over my shoulder, that's my work table when I got something big to work on. So, well, let me change camera here. Whoops. Let's go to village view there. That way I won't be driving you crazy while I do this. So that was a tour of what you don't usually see on the camera. Yes, it is the Dodge shelf. It's all my Dodge Chargers and Dodge Challenger models. I also got 2 Dodge Viper models up there, 2 Dodge Stealths. Yeah, it's my Dodge. It's all Dodges. It's the only 1/64 scale cars I collect. It's got to say Dodge on it. My kids grew up with all kinds of Hot Wheel cars, but they were all Dodges. Hey, Edward, how are you? Yes, Chimera, I know Mordheim. Yep, I do know Mordheim. It's related to the Warhammer, not the 40K, but Warhammer. Yep. And I apologize, I have not been reading screens if people have been, I'm breaking up. Uh-oh. Okay. That's probably just because I was playing with the camera too much. Yeah, Joyce and I are talking heavily. Joyce is in favor of going to Strasbourg. The issue is for us, it would be a 7+ hour drive, and there's no easy flights there. And it would be much cheaper to drive than to fly, and trains are the most expensive. We even looked at taking a train there, but the trains are so, we'd have to go Toledo to Pittsburgh, and then Pittsburgh to Lancaster, and then we'd have to rent a car. And that's right when we're getting ready to go to the United Kingdom, so we don't want to spend a ton of money. But we are heavily thinking of going to Strasbourg, and we would like to go. It'd be nice to meet some people real life. My son is a big AD&D guy. My son is a big Dungeons and Dragons. He's been a Dragon Master and more. But hey, Mike McCarville, welcome in. And it wasn't that long ago that I could pop in my car and do a 7-8 hour drive. Now I get too tired. I've toyed with moving this camera. This is called the Up the Ramp cam. Seems a little bit tilted all of a sudden. For realistic floor vibrations. That's somebody who really wants realism, Efo. That is really, that's going above and beyond the Call of Duty there, but that's awesome if he could do it. I've toyed with, you know, I am happy with the sound chips that I have with Merklin. I think diesel is the hardest sound to get right because diesels are such thick sounds and you need heavy box speakers to get diesel. And some companies do a better job with it than others. Now, Miraklin just released a BR-218. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, a 218 is a big diesel locomotive in Germany. It's a classic. But they still run them everywhere. And the 218 is, there's a new one that is the special Miraklin Pico combined advertisement 218 that they created in real life and then they made models of. And many Miraklin fans heavily criticized and said that the diesel sound they had on that was not the 218. And the Miraklin people, the Miraclinistas as we call them, they were livid. They sent them back. You could watch 1,000 videos of complaining about how the sound was not right. How dare Miraklin get the wrong sound? It's not a 218 sound. And I wouldn't know. I would not know what a 218, well, I do know what a 218 sounds like, but I wouldn't recognize it being wrong on a model, because I have stood on a platform and watched 218s go flying past. But it would be interesting. I've got old speakers and I've got old stereos that I could plug in train sounds and run the speakers on the floor and, have the sound coming that way. Because my Delmenhorst station, I don't know what the best view is. Let me try the station view. All right, I don't know how well you can see it, but there's a bus station in front of my train station, which is also about 90 to 95% accurate to the actual Delmenhorst bus station. The only thing that's not 100% accurate is the roof, the canopy. But anyhow, at my station here, I have speakers in the canopies so that train announcements come through. So you'd have to be over by the station to hear it, but the announcements do come through on the station. Now, Miraklin and Roco, and definitely ESU models. ESU, now, if you're in the UK or even the United States, you know ESU for their lock sound and their Luck Pilot programs. But ESU designed the Miraklin Central Station. ESU designed the original Miraklin Central Station. And then Miraklin and ESU parted ways. So ESU invented what they call their ECOS, the Electric Command Station, the ECOS. And Miraklin released the Central Station 2. And the ECOS was by far and away better than the Central Station 2, in my opinion. Now, I think the Central Station 3 is better than the ECOS. But, so some people know the ECOS, or they even know the ECOS little command dials that ESU makes. But ESU, about 4 years ago, began making locomotives. They now make locomotives and some stock. Now, their stock, I'm not impressed with. I bought a group of Nahverkehr, which means local traffic cars from ESU, because I couldn't find Miraklin ones. Nicely detailed, very fragile. You touch them and things break off. And they were expensive. So for the price, I did not think they were worth the money. I think they were very fragile, very lightweight, very pretty, nice looking. But their locomotives are very, very expensive. They're much more expensive for the same locomotive by Roco or Miraklin or Pico. They're equal to Brava or even more expensive than Brava. I find their locomotives overpriced. I wouldn't even buy an ESU locomotive despite all the things they can do. because I just think they're overpriced. They're easily 25% to 40% more than a Miraklin. Hey, hi Jerry, how are you? Yeah, Efo, that's probably true. They probably used the wrong, but again, that's what Miraklin fans are complaining about is why didn't you just go out and record a 218? Or you've released 218s before. Why did you use the wrong sound? And again, it could be just somebody hit the wrong button at the factory. I'm assuming because they're re-releasing them beginning in March. They're releasing a whole new set. I'm wondering if they changed the sound because I'm probably going to buy one. They may have. I dropped 2 and then went up 4, Michael. I dropped 2 and went up 4, so they may have done a sweep. But I only went down 2. Yes, I've had times where I went down 15. But on the bright side, knock on wood, we haven't not had a robot. We have not had a rust troll come in. Well, hello, G. Thomas. Welcome in. We will knight you for the time being. I now declare you knights of the rhomboid table. Actually, I have 10 cameras, but one is turned off because lately my CPU has been complaining. And you can see 2 of my cameras are kind of flipping with each other today. But yeah, I have 9 cameras, but I often have 10 cameras going. But that has been creating havoc lately. Yeah, Stefan, I call everybody who joins my channel a knight of the rhomboid table. Because King Arthur and even Monty Python did the round table. And if anybody knows the young ones, they did the square table, Knights of the Square Table. So my group is Knights of the Rhomboid Table. We like to wheel the pram a lot. So rhomboid. And sadly, I don't know how to say that in Norwegian, although because it's a mathematical Latin Greek term, I assume it's something similar. Except in German, where a triangle is a Dreieck. And a square. Okay, what is the greatest train I've ever seen? Now, the operative word here is seen. The greatest train I've ever seen is that one that just went overhead, the Railjet. These trains are gorgeous live. They're gorgeous on the inside. The seating, even for the second class, is just amazing. They're just gorgeous trains. They're beautiful. It's why I broke my rule and had to buy one. Okay, that is a train where I have seen it up close. I have ridden the IC3s many, many times. They're nice trains. I have seen the IC4 and I was very happy to see the IC4. But the Railjet, coming around again soon, is the greatest train I've seen physically. Now, there is a Swiss train, the Glacier Express, with those glass domed. That has to be the coolest train anywhere in the world. You're driving through the Alps and there's the Matterhorn and you get to look out those glass windows on top. That's got to be the greatest train, but I've never seen one live. So So if I'm going to stick to the literal translation of your question, the greatest train I've ever personally seen is that railjet, live, in person. Online, it would be, I think it's called the Glacier Express. I think it's that one, the Glacier Express with those domed, panoramic, or maybe, what is it, the Pans Alpine Glacier Express, something like that. I mean, because, let's face it, the scenery. Joyce and I took just a regional transport train from Mittenwald in southern Germany to Innsbruck. And that little ride through that little part of the Alps, I mean, and that's like the shortest part of the Alps, was amazing. Joyce and I just were gobsmacked watching that train ride through the Alps. But the railjet is the coolest train I've physically seen. That Transalpine Glacier Express is the coolest train, just because, let's face it, the view has to be killer. Okay? I've got everybody going to the Holy Grail. Go away, or I shall pump you a second time. Your father was a hamster and your mother smelled of elderberries. But my favorite part of Monty Python the Holy Grail is Tim the Sorcerer and the Beast of Caer Banach. There he is! There he is! What? Behind the rabbit? No, it is the rabbit! He's got huge fangs! Look at the bones, man! That's my favorite line. Look at the bones! Yes, G. Thomas, the layout is HO scale, Central European trains, mostly German, some Austrian and Czech, because that's what I know and that's what I ride. Yes, I'm an American and I run German trains. That was something I was going to talk about and I distracted myself. I got an email the other day from somebody visiting my channel. The rabbits. Look at the bones! And then the rabbit goes, and the Sir Boar's head gets ripped off. Jesus Christ! Oh, I warned you, but no, you wouldn't listen to me. Anyhow, this gentleman emails me. And he says, I notice you call yourself the Model Train Outsider. But you have almost 1,100 subscribers. Why do you call yourself an outsider when you've got a big channel? And I'm like, should I change my name? And I'm like, no, I'm still an American in America running German trains on the Märklin 3-rail system, and ain't nobody else around me doing this. There's like one other guy in a 20-mile radius who runs Märklin. And let's just say we don't get along. Yes, who be naughty in my eyes shall snuff it. Well, there you go. You're Chinese and run European trains. But here in America, it's American trains. In Europe, they run European trains, but French guys are running French trains and German and Luxembourg, and you know, they do with the neighbors. In America, it's American trains. Yes, there is a large, if you look at the country as a whole, there is a large community of European train guys, but we are heavily spread out, and mostly on the West Coast and the East Coast. There is a group that I used to belong to about 2 hours north of me, 90 miles north of me,
but I've talked about enough. I won't bring up that story again. The club is actually about traveling on European trains. It's just all of them have model trains, and they model the European eras. But also, just to continue the outside, even the guys that do run model trains, that let's say, okay, they're also American, they also run Märklin, the Märklin AC 3-rail system. Forgive me, Roy, but I've got two other rocket scientists who tell me it's still AC, even though you say it's not AC. I'll give you their emails and you can argue with them. Anyhow, they say you don't judge it as AC based on where you're judging it to be DC. They say it's still AC because in the end that's the signal the locomotive picks up and blah blah. So I don't want to get in that fight anymore. I don't want to be in the middle of the fight. But yeah, I run 3-rail, but I do modern era only. Okay, yes, I'm running a 1920 steamer over here because you guys guilted me into it. But so yeah, I still feel an outsider. So even with 1,000 subscribers, I'm an outsider. Oh, and by the way, I did promise something. So, and he has been good. In fact, he's been quiet. Jean Ricard, are you still here, Jean Ricard? Jean Ricard, talk to me, Jean Ricard. Or type to me. Are you still here, Jean? Because here it goes. Just for you, Jean Ricard. Just for you. It doesn't show up well on the cameras, but just for you. Where's the other one? Yep, there's the other one. We'll see if this one works. Whoops, oh, not that fast. But Jean Ricard, just for you. Are you ready, Jean? I hope you're looking, Jean. Jean, are you there? Talk to me, Jean. Are you? Look, cab first, and watch the background. Watch the background, Jean. I knew it would create a problem going that way. Let me see. I'm going to type in and see if he's still here. Yep, he's there. Well, hello, Rule 1. Nick, how are you, sir? Yes, I could run even G-Scale down here, but G-Scale is way too expensive for me outside the El Cheapo stuff. Yep, I do it. He's going to go that way. We're going to have that little slowdown when he hits that thing. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll change him around. Steuerwagen first, Jean Ricard. Where are you? Steuerwagen first. I told you if you were a good boy, I would run Steuerwagen first. Here I'm doing it, and you're not here. You're actually here, but you're asleep. All right, let's see. Are we going to have that slow down again? Because they're hitting that bump. See, I'm going to... Nope, not this time. They handled it well. Okay, good. Because I figured it was either the... Wow, thank you. I do not ask for money, but thank you. All right, Ray Bulwell. Hope you have a 700. Take care. Thanks for popping in and hanging with us for so long. Yep, when they hit it at the same time, that's where the issue is. All right, computer, stop messing up. Yeah, Sidetrack Sunday, which is United States Eastern Time, 8 p.m., will be on Rick at Fultz and Bailey Model Railway. If somebody's got his link quickly handy, pop it up. Yes, there they are, Jean. They're both Steuerwagen first, as you desired so much. The problem is, as they both hit that thing at the same time. I'm going to slow the IC3 down just for a second, so all right, let's get him back down. When the ICE3 and the Railjet both going down hit that, it's that same tricky point at the same time. Don't worry about it if you see it. G. Thomas, Merkleen. Uh-oh. I did a boo-boo. Let's calm it down. Yeah, the thing is, to type, I have to drop one window so I can access the board. And sometimes I accidentally drop the window, but I forget I have to activate the chat type. So I hit a couple of buttons that change settings. Oops. I need to come up with a better transition. I don't know if I can reboot my YouTube studio. But yeah, you guys are getting some buffering now. Fleischmann's a very good brand. Fleischmann makes excellent models. They made excellent HO, but now they're all N scale. I don't know why that's like that, but we'll see if it holds here for now. Because right now it says everything's good. No, Trix is still part of Märklin. Trix is owned by Märklin. LGB is owned by Märklin. Schuko is owned by Märklin. Yep, Trix is Märklin, and Trix is simply the DC version of Märklin. And again, a lot of you hear DC, it's still digital, it's two-rail. You know, the problem is, and I keep having this argument with people, is in model railway, we use DC when technically we mean analog, and also when we're talking about two-rail. And that throws people off. Okay? And we use DCC to mean digital when, yes, DCC is digital, but it's Märklin Motorola is digital too. You know, so really, I wish, if I could have my wish, we would get people to talk about analog versus digital, and then two-rail versus three-rail. Trix is Märklin's two-rail, or what we call DC version. Märklin is three-rail and calls itself AC, but there are some purists that occasionally argue Märklin is not three-rail. Well, I mean, it is three-rail. It's not AC. You know, it has two pickups on the track, blah, blah, blah. But it's how the signal is sent, and the motor reads it as three-rail. Anyhow, and again, I am not the IT guy to argue it, but I've got two guys that I could give you links to, and they'll explain it to you much better than me. Jean Ricard, not only did he lay claims to it, he conquered it in 1547. Yes, I did. There is a Danish connection. 1547, the Danish king captured the castle in Delmenhorst. And then in 1549, the Bishop of Bremen and some other forces stormed the castle and chased the Danish king out. Yep, I did know that, but so now we have something more in common. Yes, Mini Trix is N-scale Trix, or N-scale Märklin, because all N-scale is two-rail DC. See, I jinxed it. Although, I guess that one's not technically a Russian bot since it was Mohammed Golam. You're missing Railjet, Artie. Artie, you keep up with trying to claim my Railjet as yours. The next time you get pulled over, I'm going to say stuff on air that officer will hear, and I will get you arrested. I'm going to wait for the officer to turn his back. Hey, officer, why don't you off? I didn't say it, kids. I edited. And the officer's going to turn around. What'd you say? It wasn't me. It was an American on the radio. It's all fake. They're Rust bots. They just trace it to the Ukraine. That's not where they're originating from. They're actually from China or Putin's Russia. But we're going to get into politics, so let's just kill it right there. Hey, Richard Brown, how are you, sir? Hello, Heath. Well, Heath, if you're going to call all your colleagues model citizens, I'm just going to call all my people model prisoners. Speaking of models, Joyce needs to come back here. Just catching everybody at that one spot at the same time. Yeah. There's got to be a way I can share this. Let me see if I can do it. Come on. Whoops. Hang on. Now I gotta see if I can do this. I gotta try to add a picture here. Hang on. Add display. Where is it? Window capture.
True, I'm actually 30 pounds lighter.
You're what?
I'm 30 pounds lighter, maybe 20.
All right, I have to share this picture with you all. This is my grandson watching Opa's Max Clarke cartoon coming on. That's Kyan watching Grandpa's show. He heard Grandpa's theme song and he goes to the TV.
What is model citizen in German?
Modellbewohner. Or Modellbürger. So I think that's showing up, right?
Yeah, type it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it showed up. It's fine. You can see the video.
So, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I changed the directions, and so now it's hitting that one point, and yeah, so we get to slow down. Whoops, let's go back. Yeah, I went to type something and all of a sudden hit the wrong freaking thing on the keyboard, and all of a sudden I started lagging, and I've been able to fix it for the most part, but...
well, yeah.
Nah, that boy is being raised properly. Whoops, I need to go to this one. Did you put your camera on you, or?
No, he's gonna be,
Well, it's up to you. You don't want to be on camera, you don't have to be on camera. All right.
Yeah, no, I mean, I know, we know children. I'm quite sure we will keep him, should be able to keep him off.
I already said it. People weren't listening to me.
Thank you, Richard. Yeah, that's true. No, that boy's gonna have to respect the trade room.
No, seriously, was it Edward who asked? No, the problem is, a pun in English does not work as a pun in another language. So when Heath comes in and says model citizen, it's a pun on we're into models and we're citizens, and plus somebody who is really good is a model citizen. In German, to be a model citizen, as in a good person, is guter Bürger. Or echt guter Bürger. A good citizen.
Thanks, Happy Valley.
If you're a model citizen, as in you want to be a good example for people, you're a vorbildlicher Bürger. Bürger is citizen. So you're a vorbildlicher. But model, as in model trains, is Modell. So this is the thing. You can't, a pun in English doesn't work as a pun in another language because German is a very precise language. They have different words for different things. For example, in English, we have the verb to live. Okay? We have the verb to live. But in German, they have two separate verbs that mean to live. There's leben, which means to live as in to be alive.
Uh-oh, you got him started.
And then there's wohnen, which means to live as in to reside somewhere. And of course, in English, we have that. What?
Gonna be a while.
Behave. Yeah, guter Burger, guter.
Move the mic over.
Oh yeah, sorry.
It's all right.
Joyce gets mic. Hey Leslie, welcome back. So
You
Joyce
can't
is
hear
back,
me.
Leslie is back, everything's good now. She might be on a camera, but only I would be getting that view.
Yes, did you see that Cayenne is the best operator in the family?
That's directed towards you.
What's that?
Is there going to be another video?
I really need a different idea. I actually have come up with something else.
Well, you had several people say you should list your hobbies.
I know, but my hobbies aren't that interesting to yuns. You know.
Yuns? You went Pennsylvanian?
Yeah, I
Yuns?
did. It just, you know, it's not trained, so, or modeling, or anything like that. So that doesn't feel like a, you know, I think you'd watch it and go, oh, that's nice. You know what I mean? So no, that's not the direction I want to go.
Hungarian, since Artie's here, Hungarian is a language I've looked at and tried to self-teach, and Hungarian is crazy. It's like Slavic, Latin, and ancient Aramaic had an orgy and mixed their DNA in some bizarre way. The endings in it, it's like Finnish. Hungarian and Finnish, both. Very weird endings and case endings and stuff like that.
2 reviews of Anthony's trains.
Yes, there are German puns, but they only make sense in German. Hey, Ray Central, how are
It
you?
wouldn't be the same.
In Pennsylvania, where all the pencils go.
That's a 4th grade joke.
Ba-dum-bum.
Wow.
Do a video review of my trains. I like that one, and I like that one.
That is not exactly what I would do.
Not exactly.
No, I was like, that one took us to here.
That's right.
That's how I would handle them.
Yeah. This train took us to Mittenwald, and this train took us to here.
Ray, I'm good. Okay then. Yeah, that would be all it.
Provide your expertise.
Well, I could talk about teaching 4th graders, or 5th graders even.
That's her hobby, teaching. She doesn't do anything else.
My hobby.
She teaches all day. She comes home and talks about teaching all day. Doesn't get enough sleep. Gets up in the morning, goes and teaches again, come home and talks about teaching all day. See, if I would do the 5 best or worst things about being married to her, it would be where she says train talk and talk and talk and talk. Mine would be work talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. See, I come home from work as a teacher, and I don't want to talk about teaching. She comes home and wants to talk about her day.
You used to do that when I wasn't teaching, you know. To be or not to be pencils.
Number two, not number two. That is the question. Whether this pencil is more appropriate to use on this multiple choice test, or whether to take a lead pencil from a mechanical one and use it, and to write, perchance, to bubble in.
Right, I get it. Do you run these trains to train running software?
No, everything is, I run with my Miraklin Central Station 3, and then additional hand controllers. I also got mental, I showed this once, I'll show it again.
But he warms it up on his train trip.
So bear with me once again, kids. I know you just had this trip, but we're going on this trip again. So I don't know if you saw this before, but okay, there's my programming and test tracks. And
Funny, Artie.
There is my Central Station 3, but then I also have my Central Station 3 on this computer, so I can operate. You'll notice here, I'm controlling the metronome RE4 and my little Lint Class 648 over there. On this, I am controlling my Railjet, and I'm controlling my ICE 535, and then on this one I'm controlling my ICE 4. On this one I'm controlling my steamer, the Class 18, and then if I wanted to, I can flip. There's Joyce. Say hi, Joyce. And when she's watching the live feed and typing in, but when she's not, I have this screen on, and I am controlling more stuff over here. So I control everything. I control everything from my various central stations. I don't want computer control. I like to manually control. People always, that was something else I was going to kind of talk about. So, yeah, because ESU, I was talking about this. Let's go back to seeing some trains. Although, I am going to change these trains back around now, because I'm tired of that little stall down.
Yep, you asked.
But there it is.
How to dress for model railroad success.
How to dress for model railroads.
I don't know, Heath. I don't think any of this is working for me, hon. No, I got that one.
What's that?
I have an idea.
Okay.
Again, it's only one thing. It's going to be hard.
So, anyhow, the thing is, ESU did design the original Miraklin Central Station. Central Station 1 was designed by ESU. But when they started designing Central Station 2, Miraklin and ESU had some kind of a disagreement. Other people may know, but Miraklin decided to do it in-house, and they let ESU go. ESU went out and created the ECOS, and Miraklin released it Central Station 2. Now, the ECOS is much better, in my opinion, than the Central Station 2. The Central Station 3 was Miraclin's reply to the ECOS, and it's better than the ECOS, in my opinion. All right, Kieran, you take care.
Kieran. Yeah, I got the, no, it's all your charm, John. It's okay. And, yeah. I have an idea. It's just going to be hard. It just can't happen every week.
Yeah, she's not going to become a consistent poster.
It is not going to be weekly, but I have an idea for another one.
No, ESU...
Uh-oh, you're breaking up again. It's because he was talking technical. That's why.
What happened?
He says you're breaking up again.
Yeah. No, the ECOS just reads. ECOS reads DCC and American Motorola, except American is no longer American Motorola. It is now called MFX. MM is the old programming language for American, and that's American Motorola. But now American's new stuff is called MFX. It's a new language, although all the American, it's backwards compatible with MM. But it's no longer American Motorola. But it started that way. So ESU, now when ESU makes their own locomotives, ESU makes some with American chips, well, their chips, but programmed to American MFX, and then others are DCC. But their stuff, ESU, reads any of the languages. They read Scaletronics, it reads MM, it reads MFX, it reads DCC. Well, hello, Alan at Dragon Junction.
Hi, Alan.
We missed you last week, but you're here this week. That's good.
Oh,
Joyce mentioned you in her video last week.
I did.
Yeah, you started talking about laughing, and then you talked about laughing like Alan.
Okay. Yeah, I did. I forgot.
Hey, Flymo, nice to have you here.
Hi, Flymo.
But those of you who watched the latest the latest Matt Clarke series, I hope you enjoyed it. It was fun to make, it was fun to write, and it was, Joyce had said a few days ago that she really liked it. It was one of her favorites.
I did, except he was filming in the morning, and I said, okay, I'll do my voice because I had a lot of running to do. And he's like, are you sure? Like, yeah, I'll make it work. But I definitely sound like it's early in the morning.
Yeah, she had her Daisy morning voice on. She was a little huskier.
A little huskier than
Daisy
normal.
had a little bit huskier voice there. Hit the like button, gentlemen.
Hit the like button.
Oh, wow, you
So-
sounded like Annie Jewel, no, Annie Jewel's the shop.
Right.
You Annie Wan.
Yeah, a little bit.
That was Annie Wan's voice there.
Yeah, so that's cool.
So yeah, ESU and their decoders, their lock sound decoders are used by a lot of companies. And there are people who think they're the best, and then there are people who don't think they're good. I mean, Lens chips, and now there's Zemo out there, and Zemo and Lens seem to be the two. Now, American used to work with Lens, like Lens used to make the American chips. But now American does everything in-house. American does everything in-house. They make their own chips, they make their own Central Station 3, and
Is it straight enough?
I'm trying to get it there. I'm trying to get where it's centered on you, and I'm not there. There. Now it's just you. Now it's just you there.
Okay. What was I sharing it with? Okay.
Now, my repair guy and the guy who custom made some trains for me, Andrew Chevalier at AC Euro Trains in Stockton, California, when he started doing stuff for me, he said, you know, I'm a Pico licensed dealer and a Pico licensed repairman, but he says Pico chips are garbage. Well, hello, Ron. How are you?
Hi, Ron.
No, and again, but like so many things, Artie, the minute you talk about somebody being a favorite, other things happen. You know, people immediately draw a line. Why are you using this chip? Oh, those chips are garbage. And there are people like, no, they're the best. No, they're the worst. I think Roku, I don't know which chips Roku uses, but I think they're very good. And out of all the model train companies out there that deal with the American system, you know, Roku makes DC trains, and then they make AC trains for American. But of all the companies out there, I think Roko's system works the best with the American. I mean, for the non-Miracle companies.
Right.
Pico and even Brava can have issues at times. But Roco, any Roco train I put on my layout, whether mine or somebody else's, they work smoothly with my Miracle 3-rail AC system. What's the, oh, that's
Theodore. Why isn't Theodore out?
I didn't have a place to fit him in, so I'll put him up there.
Oh, I'm sure you can find a place.
Yeah, I'm
for
sure.
him.
Yeah, I gotta get Piotr back out there.
Yeah.
Me and mono, Joyce in stereo.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Well, video.
'cause I'm on. Yeah.
Well, there's a reason they say the better half. Well, hi, Colin. How are you? I think either you came in last
Hi,
week
Colin.
and I didn't see you and never said hi, or maybe you didn't come in last week. It's nice to see you, Colin. I hope you're well. Now, with everything going digital, the real advantages of 3-rail over 2-rail are disappearing. There are still some advantages of 3-rail over 2-rail.
A lot less wiring.
Well, there's technically less wiring digital. The problem is to make you go digital, technically there's less wiring. You need fewer bus wiring and feeder lines for power. But the thing is, you start adding more lines because you're running all the computer-aided programs and designs and your lock detection systems, and that all requires more wiring again. I don't do that, so I have a power line running into. I have my 2 lines running into the middle of the track, right on the other side of the camera I'm looking at, and then I have one more. I have one more that runs into the parking area. And then I have one more in this parking area over here. I did decide to run a couple of extras just to give some power in those faraway areas. But the main loops have one power connection, and the only time you see a power down is actually because I got a bad track over here, and if certain locos go certain ways on that track, it creates a mini slowdown, a mini loss of power. It's not even a short. It's just this. It breaks the connection. Which is why I've decided I'm going to rip out a bunch of track next summer and redo the Bremen side. Not the Dominor side, but the Bremen side. I'm going to take out these horrible turnouts I got, which are called narrow turnouts. I don't have a spare one. But this is the... Let's see, where can I do it? Solo. There it is. This is the standard Miracle turnout. It's basically a radius 1 curve, and what's called a 188 straight. And they make one that's narrower. It comes out and has a wider curve. I forget if it's a radius 2 or radius 3, but it's a much tighter breakaway. So it's longer and a narrower branch off. And I put 2 of those in, and a couple of people said you'll have problems with them. And I was like, well, I'm going to give them a try. Well, after a couple of years, I'm developing problems
Yeah, they
with
were
them.
okay at the start, but ugh.
What's
There are all
happening
kinds
now?
of things. Just adding.
Okay. Oh, okay, you're adding to that.
Adding to that, they started out okay. You didn't have any problems with them for a couple of years.
No, that's just it. And let me go back to the train so you guys can enjoy trains. Yeah, we stopped the slowdown now that I've changed the direction of the railjet. We don't have that little... So I'm leaving the metronome's Steuerwagen Version, Ricard. I don't know if you caught that. I did re-change direction on the railjet because he's the one that's creating the slowdown going the opposite way.
There you go.
But the metronome is still running Steuerwagen first. But,
Yes, it is.
yeah, 3-rail is just a... At this level of electricity, AC current, which is what comes out of your wall to begin with, and then you convert it to DC to fit in, is more consistent power along the line. Now we get into massive watt voltage, massive that, then actually DC is a better power transferring system, according to my electrical friends.
There are just some train materials at a local hobby shop. For us to actually go to a Merklin dealer, it's a 2.5-hour drive.
About 2 hours and 15 minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So no, we don't have anything too close to
there
us.
is not a model train shop in Toledo anymore, period. There
Yeah.
are no model train shops. The last one closed about 2 years ago. To get Merklin stuff, I have to go about 2 hours and 15 minutes away, and he tends to have old Merklin stuff, not modern era.
Yeah.
The only thing he's good to do is go buy track if I want track today.
Right. We
Track and turnout.
track.
But it's more expensive. I can get it online a little cheaper.
We got some Christmas cars from him.
And I get my Christmas cars at his shop.
And it's just a fun road trip occasionally.
But I go to him and buy stuff from him once or twice
Yeah,
a
that makes
year
it harder.
just to support him.
We had a Merklin dealer in just outside
About an
of
hour north
Detroit.
of us. About an hour
And
north of us.
that was great, but he was pretty old when we first found him, and within 3 years he was done.
So yeah, the only model train
Online it is.
the only model train accessories we have is that we have a chain store called Hobbytown USA, and they have a small train section.
Oh shoot, Artie.
What?
Yeah, that would not be the reason to come here, is for a train shop.
No, we'll take you to the local one. We'll take you to on a 2.5 hour, and you can see my Merklin European train
That is
shop.
stopping in. He's gonna go for a long
What
drive.
happened?
Said he's not gonna go for a drive while he's stopping in for a drive.
Well, maybe I'll hang out for a couple days. I don't know.
Yeah, we sometimes will go there. I don't know, maybe once a year, maybe twice.
Twice a year.
Yeah,
Usually once in the summer and once around Christmas time.
we can go this year.
No, but we went twice. We went once in the summer and once in the fall.
Yeah, so, yeah.
So twice a year we go. And I buy a bunch of track.
Yeah, we do definitely leave a couple $100 less when we leave.
Yeah. I buy
Couple of dollars
track
lighter.
or layout supply stuff. But yeah, it's hard. But I mean, this is the controversy we have. The best shop for me to buy stuff is online from a German shop called Modell Bond
From
Shop
Germany,
Lippe.
no less. But
I
then
get
again,
it.
he's
I get
buying
it.
German trains, so
I
it's not
get
that
it
strange.
faster and cheaper than I would in America. The stuff hits my German shop. The stuff hits my German shop a month to 2 months before it comes to America. But I get it for $100 to $200 less than I would pay in America. So as much as I want to support the local hobby shop, I don't have a local hobby shop.
Right,
But even the one 2 hours away, he doesn't get 90% of what I want.
right.
And if he does get it, I can get it 2 months sooner and for $200 cheaper. And I hate to say that, but
Right.
$200 is a big chunk of change to save.
Yeah, and we would have done all right with the guy up in Detroit, but
Oh, even
It
he
was.
was a small shop and didn't carry modern era stuff.
Oh,
but I
he
could
had
get
the track
buildings and
and-
track. I
yeah.
could get buildings and track, which
well,
I
and
used to
some
do.
materials.
Yep.
Get wiring, things like that. Oh, that's nice, Happy Valley.
Well, it's got, yeah, an hour away is not bad. I mean,
No,
hour away
that's
I
not
could do
bad.
after work, although again,
Right.
they tend to close within that time period.
Yeah. Nice. But
You thought the curve on this was an R2? I'm pretty sure it's an R1. It's a 130.
Oh, is it really?
This is a 188 and a 130 put together. Let me.
even though that's a standard,
Yeah. Let me go see if I can
guess
get.
that makes sense.
Because I mean, you would know how to read it, but I think I know where they are quicker. Whoops, sorry, Dave. Just remember to hit the emergency stop if something goes horribly wrong.
Indeed.
Do I have any one?
I can hit the stop button. Truly because he's doing German trains or European trains, American train shows don't yield a whole lot for us. Usually it's scenery, and sometimes we can get some buildings and things like that, but there's just really not a better thing. But yeah, we try to support our locals as much as we can, but this hobby doesn't really allow it too much.
Okay, I found it.
But
I think that's a 188 up here. Entschuldigung, Verzeihung, Entschuldigung, Leute, Marktplatz. Okay, I think this is a 188, isn't it? Nope, that's a 172. Darn. Oh, I left them over there. Excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît. Ah! Come on, woman.
I was trying to let you through. I was trying to help you. Oh, okay. Trains are equal to guitars, huh?
Yeah, that's a 188. Yeah, I heard Miracle was. Okay, so let's go to the up close cam again.
Well, Sean, we've actually talked about that, but we think there's a reason they've all ponied up. You know, there's not a call for it here.
So these are the two standard straight pieces, basics for the Miracle system. This is called a 172 because it's 172 millimeters long. This is a 188, and together they make 360. And then you can buy an actual 360, which is actually a 188 and 172 sealed together. Okay, so here's the 188. So here's the standard turnout. So the standard turnout is a straight 188. Okay, so if you can see that, straight 188. And then this is a radius 1 curve. I don't know if I can get it to show up on camera. There it is. Oh, please, light, please. Can you see where it says, stupid light?
Does it say R1?
There you go. If you look there, it says R1 30 degree, which is in American code a 130. It's radius 130 degree.
Yeah.
So this is called, the part number is called 24130.
Yeah, you can
Okay?
see it.
And
That's
that
30
fits
degrees, doesn't it?
right over the curve that way. So let me do that again. So the standard American turnout, and this is part number 246. Is it one? I forget which way it goes. 1112. 11 is one way. 12 is left hand, right hand. Yeah, 12 is the right hand branch off. 11 is the left hand branch off. So this is a 188 and a 130 put together. So yeah. And then to straighten it up, you have to get a 224 that curves back the other way, and then you connect a 172. I can do all that. I got a 224 and I got a 172 here. All right, hang on. They're not seeing trains. I guess I should have brought that piece over to you, Pat.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Sean says the switch is R2.
Okay. What's that?
John says the switch is a radius 2.
I just showed it's a radius 1.
You're going to argue with them, obviously.
And I've been told by other American people, if you put the R1 over this,
Yeah, they match pretty well.
they're lined up.
Yeah.
It is an R1.
I think I'd argue with that.
And I was told when I got into the hobby. And what you have to do then is you take, this is a 224, I think. You can see it. This is a radius 2, 224. So you take a 224, you pop it on the turnout, and you take the one, whoops, Where's the 172? You take the 172, and now you have a level branch off that you could then keep running your tracks level to. So 188, 172 straights, and then radius 1 combined with the radius 224 that way. And they have to alter it because that's what we're saying. John Ricard, yeah.
And then you can add a wider turn, but Ray says he is making his first MSL purchase soon. What should he expect?
Okay. I don't know. What should you expect? If you're ordering from MSL, the things to expect. Number 1, it will be well packaged, well protected.
Indeed.
Number 2, if you order on a weekend, they usually ship it out on a Monday. And until recently, you would have had it by Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah. They went with FedEx, so they're a little bit slow.
But about 3 months ago, they switched to FedEx as their distributors. And now it's a week to 2 weeks. But they have excellent customer service. And if you pay the $50 a year for their Prime membership,
It's too angered, it doesn't fit. Apparently
it is R2 according to the
you
catalog.
have quite a controversy going here, Anthony.
Yeah, I guess we do, but but you take an R1 and stick it over it, and it's exactly the same.
It's the same angle that fits right on it, but
So I don't know.
not worth the fight, I don't think. And the whole point is, you just need to be able to separate your trains.
Yeah, now the thing is, I really think there's a difference to the people from the UK. When we talk about Märklin, R1, R2, R3, I think they're different measurements.
Yeah.
I will not run anything R1.
Right. Yeah.
I do not have an R1 curve anywhere on my track, and the only place I have R2 curves is going into my parking area.
Right.
That's the only place I have R2 curves. My 2 outer lanes are R5 curves everywhere. My third line, lane 3, is an R. My third lane is R4 all the way around. And then it's, so R5, R5. Well, the best way to do it is to go to the 11 lane.
Yeah, the question about your rail joiners.
My C-Track doesn't need rail joiners.
Yep. Yeah, white walls is green. Yep.
But anyhow, now Märklin makes all their trains.
Yeah, probably true.
Märklin makes all their trains capable of running on their tightest radius 1. Märklin makes all of them
You're supposed
able
to.
to run on a radius 1. But that's because Märklin makes everything 190, anywhere from 193.5 scale to 1/100 scale. They don't do true 187. True 187 vehicles from other companies do not like radius 1 curves.
Yeah, they do much better on a wider curve. As you can see, they handle them well. We need to replace a few of them, but otherwise they handle them well.
The R224 is the same? Well, maybe that's what it is then. Where did I put the R224? All right, you are correct. The R224.
Okay then.
So, why is the radius 130 and the radius 224 the same?
Fitting the same way. That's a little weird.
let's go back to this, because I will concede defeat. You are correct. Somebody told me it was a 130, but check this out. Why does an R224 sandwich perfectly with an R130?
Yeah, really. They look exactly the same. Do you have to go a longer distance to see the difference?
Well, maybe there's a subtle difference right
Yeah, I was
there.
going to say, I bet if you added a couple pieces
I mean, if
together.
you put a few of them together, but yeah,
Yeah,
that's a vote.
it will.
My apologies.
So
everybody.
obviously it's not a
It is
very-
an R2.
it's
The
not a
person
very
told
big
me it was an
difference.
R1 and showed me how the R1 fit over it. They lied to me. My apologies. It's an R2. So there it is. It's a 224 and a 188 stuck together.
Well, okay then. Problem solved.
I concede defeat. The masters who've been in the hobby longer apparently know. I've never looked at the catalog.
Yeah, not for track.
Jean Ricard, I'm still scratching my head because they line up perfectly.
It does.
That's why, and it was probably Dave from his shop who told me it was a 130 and a 188. And I don't have the American catalog to know that they say. I guess the pros who do it all. I just was told it was a 188 and a 130. But apparently a 130 and a 224 are about the same. No, you can't take 12 of those and make a circle. I don't even know how you could put them together. Because it would take 12 of the 130s, you know, 30 degrees times 12, 360. But it would take 15 of the 224s. Or 18 of the 224s. Somewhere in there. That's a great question, Edward. As far as HO scale goes, I have not run into a European company that also makes 3-rail track. Rocco and Pico make similar track to the C track, you know, the pre-bedded, just like Miraklin makes this track in 2-rail called Trick C track. That doesn't have the, there you can see the 3rd rail going down the middle.
Is there a knockoff brand that does 3-rail?
But I am not familiar with one. I won't
Not
be
that we
bold,
found one.
especially now that I've already been shown to be wrong about one thing. I won't be so bold as to suggest there isn't, but I don't know of one. Yeah, with Miraklin track, it's 6 pieces to make a it's 6 pieces to make a half circle. With Miraklin radius track, it's 6 pieces to make a semicircle, 12 to make a full circle. I think with double O track, it's 4 to make a semicircle and 8 to make a circle, right? Now I'm talking about, and again, there's different measurements. I'm trying to remember how many 224s it takes to make a complete circle. It takes, what did I drop one? I lost one of my curves. Oh, there it is. In Miraklin system, it takes 12 of their curves. It takes 12 of their curves to make a circle. It takes 12 of the 130. It takes 12 of the 230. Okay, it's 30 degrees times 12, 360 degrees. So everybody does their own thing, but with Miraklin, it's 12, regardless of what radius you buy of their standard radius, the R130s, 230s, 330s, 430s, 530s. You just get a bigger circle. I might be able to pull it up. What the hell is that? Oh, I knocked over a battery. Let me see. Can I get to it? Is it there? Let's go to document. other stuff. DB trains. Where's DB trains? It's not. Oh, that's right. On this computer, I pulled it out and made it a separate file.
Gotcha.
DB trains. There it is. DB trains, and is it? Yeah, it's in toy train stuff. So I know where it is, so I can add it. So let me pull this up real quick, everybody. Add image. Yeah, let's just call it image. And let's browse. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bow, bow, bow. Pictures, pictures, pictures. No, not pictures, not pictures. Documents. And it's in DB trains. It's in toy train stuff. And where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Ba, ba, ba. Okay. So here is. This is one of 3 pages of Miracle geometry. So whether you're doing 130, 230, 330, 430, or 530, radius 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I've heard Miracle is considering making a radius 6 curve. It is always 6 pieces to make half a circle, therefore 12 to complete a circle. It is always 6 pieces of their standard radius. So I'll shrink that and stick that there now. Just in case somebody wants it enlarged again. And I lost my chat. Well, because I changed the page.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Oh my goodness. I gotta come up with a better system. AC used to provide more power, but now with everything digital, the controllers, if you have a digital controller, it maintains the power equally through the system, so that issue's no. But anyhow, so with Miracle Standard Tracks, but if you want to know how many pieces it takes, you have to know what is the degree angle of the track. And you divide it or multiply it to reach 360. So you need 12 pieces of 30-degree track to make a 30-degree curve, because 12 times 30 equals 360 degrees, a circle. So if it's 24 degrees, you would need, I'm trying to think what that is. Is it 15?
Hi, Andrew. I'm fine.
Hi, 156 Andrew. Yes, Jean Ricard, that part I knew. Depending on how you want to do it and curve it out, you have to add another piece, and that's all on these little Miracle, these Miracle radius bits. I've got a whole bunch of pages of them from one of their beginner guides, and I just flipped that image. There we go, now I flipped it back. But yeah, everybody has their own geometry. Everybody has their own geometry. So when a German or a Miracle guy talks radius 1 versus radius 2, there are different radiuses than maybe other things. But Miracle designs all their trains and rolling stock to fit radius 1 curves, because radius 1 is the tightest for the smallest layout, to accommodate those people who don't have a lot of space. Basically, not quite. A radius 1 curve with no straights added in it to extend it, but a basic radius 1 curve almost fits on a 2x4 piece of modular layout. A 2 foot by 4 foot. Not quite. It's like 25 inches.
Yes, these long trains, the butt would meet the front.
Yeah. Well, that's if you just did a complete circle.
Yeah.
But like the Roco Railjet cars are true 187. They don't like radius 1. They do not like radius 1.
Right, they don't.
They handle radius 2 at slower speeds. At higher speeds, they'll derail on radius 2. if I opened up the throttle.
Right.
They do not like radius 1 at all, and they're okay with radius 2 as long as radius 2 is at a slower speed. But Miraklin designs all their rolling stock and their locomotives to fit. Miraklin often uses radius, or not radius, they use, even though they're HO scale, most of Miraklin stuff is either 1 to 95 or 1 to 100. Some of their special, like their ICEs, is 1 to 93.5. But Miraklin rarely does anything to true scale 187. Rocco does a lot of it, not a lot, but a good percentage of stuff at true 187 scale. Jägendorfer Collection does most of its stuff to true 187 scale. Okay, yeah, let me go back to that. Ray, Miraklin, Model Bond Shop Lift Premium. You pay $50 a year. The first time you buy a train or a locomotive, you'll get that money back. It's a $50 a year membership, but they cut 60, 70, 100, $200 off of any locomotive, and they don't mark it up. So, you know, they start at automatically they take about 5 to 10% off manufacturer's suggested retail price, so it's already cheaper than most stores would have it. But if you're a member of the Premium Club, they chop an additional percentage off. And you get a savings program. So for $50 a year, if you buy a $200 train, they cut $50 off that already. So you're getting your money back on a $200 train that first purchase you make. So if you join their premium membership, you get that money back. And
you get points.
And you get 3% of your purchase, of your actual purchase, goes into a discount plan. So if, let's say you bought $100, $3 goes into a savings coupon, which you can then apply to your next. For example, I've been saving up. I bought a €799. My IC4 was supposed to be 749. €749. So that's about $800. I paid less than $500 for it. Between the discount and my cash-in bonus, I paid almost half price for my ICE4. It's a great program. Right, Ray, trick C-track, because those gumdrops are the third rail. You know, I've showed it before, so I apologize if people get tired of seeing it, but, you know, up here you have these little pegs, and the nice thing is those pegs are shorter than the rail, so you don't see them here. You have to be standing up and looking like this, you know, over the track, get it in camera, and then you see the third rail. You know, when you're standing up above, looking down, but when you're sitting here, you don't really see the third rail. But if you look underneath, you can see there's actually the whole metal rail is right there. So there is your third rail, that is your hot line running through. But for those asking about the connections, look at this. Multiple reinforced metal connections. When you stick this track together, it takes a lot of force to take it apart. And if you look, it already has its built-in expansion gap in it. Can you see that? I think you can see it right there. It already has the built-in expansion gap, and yet it's totally connected down below, reinforcing the electrical circuit with lots of metal contact, and it takes a lot of brute force, and you'll actually break it. You know, look at how much my hands are straining to take this apart. You don't take it apart that way. If you want to take it apart, fingers on the seam, and push up like that, V it. It snaps and clicks together, and you V it. If you try to pull it apart, you'll break the plastic ridges on the inside.
Right.
You'll break, there's little plastic bits here, you'll break those off. So, again, you lose a little bit in reality, although there are parts of Germany where the track beds do look like this. especially in the South where American is built. But it's you lay it in. You don't need. And by the way, if you are going to run wiring, you can run it right below the track. You don't have to drill drop wire holes.
Yeah.
Everything plugs into these little tabs
Very much
here.
plug and play.
It's so plug and play. Now C-Track will, Trick C-Track will work a little differently.
Andrew, that's what he's just showing you. It's Miraklin C-Track.
Yeah. So yeah, this is Miraklin C-Track, Andrew. Miraklin C-Track. And Trix makes a version, Trix C-Track. But to me, this is digital trains for dummy. It gives you excellent conductivity of your current, your signal all the way through. I am running 6 trains. I've got multiple others parked that I could turn on, and all the functions will work. I could turn all their lights on. And I don't have one additional bus wire. I have one contact of 2 wires going in, and everything works.
It's 6 o'clock.
Okay. Yeah, it is almost 6 o'clock. Almost that time. It's been good. I enjoyed screaming.
Good.
You know, it was interesting because, yeah, that clearly radius 224
definitely
is
got a
almost
lot
the same
more.
as the 130.
You got a lot more train conversation here than normal.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
that's
it happens. A lot
it
of train
happens
tracks,
occasionally.
so it happens. Yeah, and again, now Miraklin makes realistic looking track too. It's called K-Track. And then the old Miraklin tin track or metal track is called M-Track.
He's taking notes.
Well, I've got the 10th camera turned off
Right.
because it's been creating major
Yeah,
issues with
he's had problems with it. And not really the camera as much as it's just overloading the system.
and my CPU can't handle it all.
Right.
Yeah, I do have one Steam Loco running. I am not a Steam Loco guy, but I have 2 Steam Locos. Actually, I have 3 Steam Locos. Well, that's a nice picture, but it's not turning. Sorry.
All right. Night, Leslie.
All right, Leslie, take care. Yeah, it's 12 p.m. It's midnight in Norway
Yeah.
and in Germany and the Netherlands and Denmark
Right.
and I think France, part of Spain. In Portugal, it's 11 p.m. It's 11 p.m. in the UK, so many of you are past your bedtimes.
Yeah, it does look neat. Like I say, he doesn't have scores and scores of wires under his
And the
his
thing is,
table.
I am not, how do I say it? I'm not, you know, we use the term rivet counter. I'm not a rivet counter. I don't need ultra realism. Some people do, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And that's why there are some guys that are into Miraklin who don't like the C-Track. It's not 100% realistic. So they use Miraclin's K-Track, which is still 3-rail. It's still 3-rail, but it looks like regular modeling train track, and you can make more realistic scenery. But I've seen guys that have made layouts with C-Track, and you can't tell that it's not,
Yeah.
you can't tell that it's C-Track. They do a little work with it, and
Ah, did you? White walls.
but it's awesome.
diesel yesterday.
Awesome, awesome. I like it. It makes layout easy. They have all these books on the geometry of using C-Track, and they're very handy.
Yeah, it's German. They're very methodical.
But for me, as a step into the hobby, it was perfect.
It was the right way. He would have had a heck of a time
And knowing me,
doing bus wires.
even though I got
He's learned
into
a
it by
lot.
a mistake, or maybe mistake is the wrong word.
Yeah, mistake's the
ignorance.
wrong word.
Ignorance.
That could be it.
I just bought an IC3 and found out it was 3-rail. My kids bought Miraklin track to go with my Miraklin train, and bam, I was 3-rail.
Have you replaced a ski? I don't think so.
I've never replaced a ski.
Yeah,
no.
so I'd say they're wearing well. They're wearing well.
They're wearing well, and but lately they get about 2 hours of run here, and I do rotate the trains.
Yeah, he
But the
rotates
skis
them.
are supposed to last. The only one I read where it gave you an estimate was like 200 to 300 hours minimum.
That's cool. At the low, that's awesome.
Oh, well, that's very nice. Thank you.
You count your grass and leaves.
No, I don't do that either.
He really doesn't. Although he was extremely careful with his Delmenhorst train station and the bus station. Those were as accurate as he could possibly get them.
The Delmenhorst station, as you've heard me say,
he does have a wide range.
because I was building the Delmenhorst station, it had to be 100% rivet accurate, and I did it.
It's because the MTO missus has a hard time saying no.
What? Where's that?
You got a huge rolling stock.
Oh, okay. I have a lot of passenger cars, but if you look at you people with your layouts that have all these different freight cars, I don't think the rolling stock. Again, I have a lot of trains. I have 20-some trains, which means I have, well, my IC1 and my ICE1 and my ICE2 cars are basically interchangeable.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I have a lot of passenger trains, and I've been lucky to buy a lot.
The rule was when he was buying them is they had to be trains that we've ridden. That's true for most of the passenger trains.
Exactly, Jean Ricard. It's identical except it doesn't do the third rail because it does two rail.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, to me, buying from Lipa is cheap, but you can get those prices at like a place like Besser Price or something like that, usually sometimes from the German sites. But you'll always get it faster from Germany than in the United States. Mm-hmm. The big American places that sell online, like Renaud's near Chicago, Micro Macro Mundo in Florida.
Yeah.
And then there's
rails
Euro model trains in Canada. Those are like the three biggest on the continent.
Well, you got your AC rails and...
Well, AC Euro train. He doesn't have a big selection, and he's really not an online shop. He has a little bit. And there's AJC Kids in Texas who are really good. AJC Kids. I would tell you, Ray, if you want to buy track, buy it from AJC Kids in Texas.
What does the worst of your skis look like?
Wow. What does the worst of my skis look like?
What? I don't know so much your older train. What train gets the most use?
This is my oldest train, but he's not the most run.
I was to say, he's definitely not the most run. Is the track width 4 millimeters?
I think it's over there. Do I have a tape measure? There's a tape measure. Does that have metric?
Oh, yeah, on the bottom. No, maybe.
Nope, that's not metric.
No, it's not. You'll have to convert it. He can do that. Quickly, easily. All right, Joseph, thanks for coming in.
I think it is. Wait. Watch your knee. I think I might have a ruler in here yet. That might have metric on it. Does that one have metric? That's my other tape measure. Nope, that's all standard.
I'd say they're discriminating. You need to have metric stuff. No, that's not 4 millimeters.
Well, I think he was talking the height.
Oh, I don't know.
Somebody told me that Miracle C-Track is code 83, if that helps.
So he said width. It's definitely not 4 millimeters wide. That would be,
It's not even 1 millimeter wide. It is about...
Huh?
It's more like 3 millimeters tall, and then the gap is about 17 millimeters, something like that. 18
probably
millimeters.
18 with what you
17,
said.
18 millimeters, yeah.
Yep.
All right, Flymo, good night, take care. Yeah, we have gone.
Yeah, we've hit the 3 hour, well, the 2.5 hour mark, so.
Well, yeah, I mean, since the end of the thing, so yeah, it is lost track of time there, which is a good thing.
Yeah, I'd say
But
so.
it
You're
is-
having a
it's
good
dinner time.
conversation.
Our stomachs are probably growling.
Sorry.
So yeah, we're
Sorry.
double. So yeah, it's about 17, 18 millimeters across the gauge for, although HO, there's 16, isn't it? Like HO is supposed to be 16 gauge and HO is roughly 16 gauge, and that's about where this is.
Oh, it's only in your dreams already.
All right, Flymo, take care. Yeah,
Yeah.
You do bed. We're gonna do supper.
Yep.
We're gonna go ahead.
Yeah, it does get quiet.
It gets quiet. That's why when I'm doing a live stream, I don't run all the
If you
time.
haven't hit the like button yet, please do so.
Go get them, Daisy.
Yepper.
But anyhow, where are we at? So, lean back so Joyce can be on camera.
Okay.
I want to thank every single one of you that comes and spends your Friday with us again.
Yeah.
Please go back and watch Matt Clarke. It is my life's work and my heart and soul put in it.
Definitely his heart and soul.
And
Well,
if you
it's
haven't
quite your
checked
life
out
work.
Joyce's channel, just look up Joyce Dodge,
Yeah.
MTO.
You'll find me.
She put up 2 videos. Some of you have seen it. But always like, subscribe, and comment. Go back, comment. Tell me stuff you liked about the Matt Clarke. Comment on this if there was something you liked or wanted to correct me on again.
Right.
You know, I'm willing to be corrected. I humbly bow to Siegfried and Jean Ricard, who explained that it's actually the 224.
Right.
But forgive me, somebody told me it was a 130, and then if you saw when I put the 224 over the 130,
It looks like it matches.
they almost line up identical. On that shorter track,
We can see it's not
24.
a huge wide, so.
radius 2 at 24 degrees and radius 1 at 30 degrees are almost the same shape. Yeah, I always make that joke too, Edward. You know, people
Why
just
are
go
we hitting
smash the
it?
like button. Hit it.
Why did
Usually
the
I'll
like
say
button do you?
gently depress the like tab on that. But anyhow,
Oh,
on behalf
fine.
of
Be more precise.
on behalf of Joyce,
Yeah.
Joyce, that's her name, Joyce. On behalf of Joyce and Anthony or Matt Clarke or
You're silly.
cousin Heine. Wir just want to wish you all auf Wiedersehen und Tschüss, guten Abend und
Bye.
frohe Züge.
Tschüss.
That's happy trains in German.
Yeah.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Oh, see, that's nice. You got